How you doing? My name is Dr. Connie, and I want to talk to you about the key to weight loss. So the key to weight loss is in one word, energy. You're like, what does that mean, right? So let's talk about the energy system. So it's essentially you're looking at your calories in versus your calories out. On a grand scheme of things, the goal is to burn more calories than the calories that you're putting into your body, right? When how this works in the body, so food essentially your body sees it as energy, kilocalories. It's energy for your body, right? So when your body creates these different actions, when waking up, organ function, walking, what it's doing is burning energy, right? Burning fuel. When you give your body the food, it utilizes that food or that fuel to create that energy, right? So the basic thing is when we're talking energy systems, when you give your body just enough, it's able to maintain its current energy output based on the food you gave it, right? When you don't give your body enough, this is where we call a calorie deficit. It still has to perform those movements, right? It still has to perform those functions. So where's this energy going to come from? The energy is going to come from your body, the fat storages that your body has. So that's where a calorie deficit comes from. Your body has to do something, right? And it still has to, you still need brain function, you still need heart function. So your body utilizes its own energy stores, whether it's fat, carbohydrates, it utilizes fats, glucose, it utilizes that to create energy for the body. But let's say you're in a situation where you're consuming excess. I'm someone that I eat too much, right? So when you're consuming excess, this is why you don't see weight loss, because your body, it doesn't have to burn its own fat storage. It doesn't have to burn its own glucose storage because you've given it more food that it needs. So what is it going to do? It's not going to let that food just sit around, right? It's going to utilize that extra energy and store it. And that's where you have stored fat. And your body deposits it in the different areas so that it can use it later for the times where you don't give it enough energy. So, how do we figure out what our ideal number is? How do we figure out how much food we're supposed to be eating? How do we figure out what is my minimum number that I need to hit to at least allow my body to maintain so that I'm not giving it more than what it needs and it's storing it as fat? I want you to look up I'll put it in this email, the total daily energy expenditure calculator, TDEE calculator. In this calculator, what it does is it takes your BMR, so your basal metabolic rate, which is the amount of energy you need for your organ function, and it takes that, and then it takes how active you are. So if you're someone who works a desk job, it's going to multiply it by 1.2. If you're someone who's a little more sedentary, it's 1.4, and so on. The calculator, it does it for you, so you don't got to do all this math, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead, click the calculator, and then you're going to figure out that number. And this number is the minimum number of calories you need to consume to maintain your weight, to provide your body just enough of what it needs for organ function, for daily cognitive function, for all these things, right? So, or if you have an Apple Watch, another thing you could do is look on your Apple Watch, go to the health app, and your Apple Watch, it'll tell you on average how many calories you're burning every day, and just look at the averages. So now that we have that magic number, where do we go from here? The next step, if your goal is weight loss, what you're gonna do is decrease that number from 250 calories to 500 calories. And you figure out, so let's say I am someone who, let's say I'm supposed to consume 1,500 calories, right? So what I'm gonna do is decrease that to 1,250 starting out, right? And I always tell people, start out with a gradual decline, because if you go out the gate and you just drop your calories, let's say you drop 500 plus calories, right? And you're consuming, let's say now you're consuming 1,200 calories. A month from now, you're gonna hit a plateau because you only have but so much room to decrease your calories anymore. I hope that makes sense. So what I'm gonna have you do, after you've gotten that number, decrease that by 250, start small, see how your body adjusts. And a simple way to track your calories, use the MyFitnessPal. I have all my clients utilize MyFitnessPal. You put your meals in there, track it just for one day so you can see what one day of food looks like. That way you can figure out, am I falling in this deficit so that I can reach my goal? If you found this beneficial, I want you to go ahead, do that calculation, reply to this email with that calculation, reply to this email with that number, just so I can make sure that you're on the money, right? I want to make sure that you're not decreasing too much, and I want to make sure that you're not overeating as well, because I know you have a goal. I know you want to reach that weight loss goal, and I would love to help you reach that weight loss goal. So please reply back with your number so I can point you in the right direction. Till next time.